Everyone will be betting on Marquez to be able to do it again. Everyone will be trying to make sure he doesn't manage that.
There's nothing they can do. Time will tell. Well, we're going to find out very soon.
And that's always the difference between a fast bike and one that's a great handling motorcycle. But once you start out, remember the Saturday crash that he had if you were with us yesterday? Ruled out with a shoulder injury, quite a serious one by the sound of it, that's for sure. It is 25 laps, 68.7 miles of MotoGP. The season starts here in Jerez, and we go down to turn one with a massive blow into turn one. Oh, that was wide, very wide indeed for the Yamaha man. He just about managed to pull it down again and get in front as soon as he possibly can. Quartararo is going to have to try and deal with Marc Marquez. Look at Marquez already.
One of the things that I've heard the riders talk about is if you're following a rider, your front tyre can easily overheat, obviously, and he's really as soon as he can.
Miller's just gone up the inside of Quartararo, so Jack Miller's got out the track fairly swiftly as well. Jack Miller, the Australian, there on the weekend as well. We figured he'd be the top Ducati man, was shocked when his teammate McKnight. Did you see Marquez? Nearly rode over the back end of, doesn't it? It has got that first burst of speed when you tap the power in.
Exactly.
Nightmare to ride.
And it's Vignales, he's going to have a go. No, Marquez normally, he just explodes, doesn't he? He's straight onto perfect race pace.
Marquez almost looks like he's playing a slightly waiting game over Vignales. They tell me that the Yamaha is a little harder to ride this year as well.
It's rare you see Quartararo go backwards in a race.
Reticence at the moment. It's not.
Vignales, that's what happened then.
That was nearly Valentino Rossi getting rammed, if you remember, out of Assen. Now then, Quartararo's got work to do. But that comes back down to what we were talking about right at the beginning of this. The Yamaha made now.
Big shout out for Bradley Smith. 11th place, he's made up 5 places. I tell you what, that's amazing.
Well, Aprilia in testing has been looking quite good. We were speculating whether the thing had been turned down a bit since it got here because to an extent. So Marc Marquez, let's have another look at it. So the front had gone, got his right leg up in the air, took to the dirt. Incredible save, whatever way you look at it. And I was looking at, got a huge record for crashing. Then I had a little thought to myself, I wonder if they ought to add another column there, the crashes.
I was going to say, is he going to implode like he did in Argentina a couple of years ago?
He hit everything except the pace. Mind you, it's probably a good thing for the team if he goes around and uses a bit of that adrenaline on track rather than back in the garage. He'll be mad with himself after that mistake, because this one was, by his standards, once though leads this race from Jack Miller, the Australian from Fabio Quartararo, who now has pace to win this race. Obviously this year, 20 years, 304 days. Regis Laconi was the last friend.
It was really strange, mixed weather races.
Yep. Quartararo.
It's going to be interesting to see how fast the Ducati is.
I think Quartararo cut him off, where it might have been able to throttle in that second earlier that he wanted to. Just held him back. The Ducati was faster than the Yamaha, but you can't shut the throttle really, otherwise you're going down. No. It's a real motocross job. You just got to go for it.
To tell me that he was in 7th place. He's dropped right back.
I thought by now. But Brad Binder has been brilliant all week on the KTM. Has looked very, 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 very good indeed. So the 33 down.
Sat in 2nd place. You're in a strong position. You feel good. You've now got to have a word with yourself. He's never won a MotoGP race.
He's going to go for it.
Yeah,
for sure. 100%. No doubt about it. Race with a man that is desperate for his first ever race win.
Yeah, Maverick's made a mistake basically.
Somewhere, yeah.
It'd be quite interesting to see what happened there.
Yeah. So Maverick Viñales, maybe something's just... he's got good late race pace.
Yeah, he has.
Something he's always had. So if Quartararo's going to do anything about it, he'd be well advised. I was wondering. So there is the 27 of Iker Lecuona with Marc Marquez.
That was late. Oh, and 3 seconds behind. Here we go. This is the mistake then. Watch this. Maverick
tips a good long look over his shoulder as well, so it was obviously something just a little out of shot that brought them all back to play. And
Jack Miller, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean Jack Miller, if anything, there was a big bold underlining now. Factory you've got. The minute is whether they are going to have Andrea Dovizioso in the team as well. I don't know, they don't seem to really want to go the extra bit with Dobby, do they? Lash there.
Personalities. What is strange?
Oh, hang on, Mav. Straight on he goes. You got that and a hop, skip and a jump on the brakes.
About it. Because that's where you'd feel it when you grab the front brake and it loads that front tyre maximum.
So Petrucci is in 10th place, Marc Marquez is 11th, but it won't be like that for long. So he's on his own as well, he can really lead from the front. So, Quartararo from Miller now. Maverick Viñales, he comes back to Petronas when that 1% of concern is sorted. What that is. Great couple of Jerez. If he doesn't have a great, if the season isn't quite going the way he wants, maybe he will retire this year.
Look at this. Yeah, looking to his release that front brake. Essentially, at that point, you've lost control of the motorcycle. Yeah, back to Valentinoff being signed. There's a lot to sort out, he said.
Yeah, because Valentino wants to bring his whole team, and
There'll be a contract for image rights.
the trainers are worried about that.
Yeah, because they want controllers on every Valentino Rossi t-shirts. You know what I mean? Just that alone. So,
Good point.
yeah, the complex...
Where are you going with that? You have experience in t-shirts, don't you?
Yeah. Not with me on, have you know.
Still it is Quartararo, but watch out, Miller's...
That's as good as we've seen the KTM in complete normal dry conditions.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it lasts through the entirety. I actually thought he would be right up there shouting for it. Rossi in 8th place, Miguel Oliveira in 9th. We waited a long time, 35 years or so, for a British win, decades, for Fabio Quartararo. He should have won last year, really. Didn't quite make it. And he looks good. He's easing away. 1:38.7. He's the only man in the 38s at the end of the course. 38.3. He was 4 tenths faster than your race leader, Marc Marquez. But 8 seconds further back Marquez is, and he's got a lot of people obviously to pass to get towards Quartararo. Plus he's going to use up his time.
No, because he was on his own.
Yeah, no.
He was on his own. There was no one in front of it. Oh yeah, sorry, he was leading.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting excited. Sorry, I thought surely he hadn't done it again.
Dad Julia.
So what I reckon, he can get up to probably about 5th.
I mean, that's another problem you've got with... oh, hang on a minute.
He's catching
Valentino here too.
He's catching his mates.
Yeah, I was going to...
And he needs...
Wait for this, Miguel's going to get
Oh.
mugged here.
Oh.
Yeah, hello.
That was a very good one. It's for Miller to catch Quartararo and there be... But, you know, like some overtaking. I don't think that's going to happen. Look, Dovizioso's right, definitely. And I think that's part of... Let's just wait and see what happens. Rossi's so wide there. Oh, he's out. Oh, gets past.
No, not in that manner.
I think the front's gone completely, because he's got a soft front as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise degrees possibly by now. It's what we're usually into, 55, 56 degrees at this time of the day. Plays to the strength of Fabio Quartararo, how smooth he is now, economically he is with the motorbike. It's not shaking. I think you made a good point earlier on, and worth making it again, if I may steal it from you, is that, don't forget, it's only 2 weeks since main
King of the drag strip. He uses the power of that bike, but he's the last of the late breakers, so...
If you pass it straight, just drove past the KTM. The KTM's not slow now either, is it, in a straight line?
And that's Marquez's
Hair flapping, taking a late apex. He wasn't on your line.
No.
Well, this MotoGP hasn't really lit up quite the way that we... Quartararo, 1.6 seconds at the last split in front of Jack Miller. He's got it's going to be Vinales that's going to be in trouble if he's not careful.
Yeah, I agree with the tyre situation.
Yeah. Vinales off, they are tied together. Cole Espargaro's still there in front of Morbidelli. Of the Pramac Ducati.
What's going to happen is Ducati yet again, and it'll be unappreciated. Mark's on his way.
Well, he's 38.
Right up to Duffy, basically.
He's 38.4, 38.5, 38.3 all the time. He's
39s and 40s. Yeah, he's going to catch that group, definitely. If he doesn't crash.
He just tick, 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 lap, lap, lap. 11 laps to go, less than, of course.
Well, actually not last year, but at this race, that Quartararo's gear lever fell off. Here we go, we're going to see Marquez now in the background. See these guys quick. Still 11 laps to go.
Yeah,
so there's if he can be half a second a lap, Massive potentially get the podium. He could potentially catch Maverick Vinales.
That would be remarkable.
Absolute limit, and we've seen what that can do. So we're going around turn 4.
Under the spaceship. 1.3 it is back to Marc Marquez from Morbidelli's 21. Out on the gas early. On the back straight. They'll spread out into the braking area. Oh, we had to give him a bit of help. And at the same time, McNair ran it a little wide as well.
Wow.
Is he going under it? He does, just there. That's a frightening the life out of McNair. Got to go for it straight away. Morbidelli's followed through as well, got to McNair. So Morbidelli looked to pass. And it was tight. Morbidelli had to gather it all up. Graphics for you?
Yeah, no idea what they mean. Even though we were at the explain graphics, but this one
well, basically,
can someone explain what's going on with those graphics? Podiums. Obviously, clearly looks like he's on for a podium here. He's definitely made that.
Got a little bit more bark on him, perhaps, because he had a bit more time in lockdown. But he looked a bigger lad when he got back
stronger.
Here. He looked stronger, exactly. Yeah,
and you need to be, don't you, on that Ducati?
Dobby, who ended up with that crash and a damaged shoulder. Jack's come back fit. Valentino Rossi goes from bad to worse for him. Cole Espargaro will be riding alongside that Repsol next year. So you wouldn't have expected any major comeback from him.
The next one will be more difficult. Dobby, the last of the late breakers. he might actually have to try and do it.
Well, the Ducati's good at that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, very stable on the brakes, and obviously it's fast out the corners.
We've seen these two fighting for the lead so many times. It's not going to be around here. Now then, that was a good move actually. Yeah, that was because it was neat actually.
Yeah, it was clean. It was very firm.
But Maverick Vinales, maybe Maverick Vinales' tyre is coming better than Jack's.
He can get second place.
He's going to.
Yeah,
he's going to.
Well, yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, there's 6 laps to go.
Yeah.
Through. Oh, it's not done yet. So
no, I mean that's the way I kind of feel about it. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Really. Through injury. A dramatic week really for our opening race of the season. Might be laps to go. Quartararo 5.1 second lead over Maverick Vinales, but right behind Maverick, even more loose I should say. Oh, he's gone! He's gone!
We said it! We said it!
It looked loose. It looked.
It
just looked wrong on the way in. This is 3. Watch him ask for the gas. Here it goes.
Wow!
Loose, and then we got to 3 and it let him go to space and back. Goes Mark Marquez, and he gets a punt off the Repsol Honda as well into the
corner that ended Mick Doohan's career.
Wow!
On a Repsol Honda. Remember that high side? Similar.
That he was on to equal Mick Doohan's run of
podiums. To undo his helmet.
Well, I mean, how much surgery he's had on his shoulder?
I mean, bizarre, isn't it? We said all the way through it. If he doesn't crash, you can't be that much faster.
It's air as well. The trouble is when it's this hot as well, you're gasping for air, even if you're as fit as Marc Marquez, taking a beating like that. I think he's finished championship as well, because if you're going to win a championship, you want to win it with Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi in it.
And
so, Quartararo,
knowing that after round 1 he's on 0 points.
Well, Marquez was always going to be the man. Yes, he does. So he goes through. Oh! How many times have we seen that just there?
Exactly. Oh, it was so. You know what? Miller, he was having a fantastic race. Won't have seen Dovi once the whole race. And like a couple of laps ago, he just nicked the podium off. Exact replay from 2 years ago with all the Ducatis.
Well, when Pedrosa came across.
Full. This podium is going to taste sweet for Andrea Dovizioso.
I'm just trying to think of the negotiation that's now on hold at Ducati. That's bad.
This is not bad at all.
He's got his neck in a brace. It's that bad. He has had such a lot of surgery on that shoulder. If it's gone after all the work he's had done on it.
Do you know what? Everybody who's going to beat him is himself. Like, through injury. Like, he's going to go on and smash every record without picking up serious injuries. Crashing these motorcycles will beat you up. It hurts.
Last lap time then for biggest win ever, Fabio Quartararo. It will be his biggest win too. That's Razlan Razali, CEO Fabio Quartararo, that has one more corner to go before we get to the hairpin. Last bend coming up. So 4 days the French have waited for a French winner, but they won't have to wait any longer because Fabio Quartararo wins the Spanish Grand Prix, eventually in 2nd place. But the celebrations and all the work these guys do.
The airbag's gone off. We missed the celebration. I think we'll see it.
When he celebrates the canister and up goes the airbag. Brilliant stuff then. So we have a French MotoGP joining in with the celebration. Jake Dixon as well, who didn't have such a good Moto2 race. He ended up with I see tears in the eyes at the back there from one of the guys as well. It's a big day. It's worth one repeating, isn't it? He's had 6 pole positions before the one he had today, so that's 7 included. And that is stunning in MotoGP. What a way to celebrate. I tell you, I can't remember being 21, it was that far ago. It's need a day's recovery.
Wait till he finds information out, because I'll be telling him as soon as possible now. Somebody will be whispering to him, telling him
the day still is the Moto3, I've got to say, but for drama, MotoGP takes some beating. That's for sure, right the way through to the build-up.